I might get a lot of hate for this, but it's that, it's like the smell from your teacher's breath. Hi everybody, welcome to Slurp or Skip. Today is a guest special edition because this isn't Jess. This is James Beeson, the drinks editor of the Grocer. We're gonna get James's opinions on 4 new launches this week, ranging from, 2 new instant coffees, soft drink, and then basically a meal in a bottle. So let's get into it. So first up, we've got Grind, hugely popular here in London. This is their first ever instant coffee.
I've got to say, I don't drink a great deal of instant coffee, so this is going to be an interesting one for me.
I'm going to add a dash of milk to mine. You're going to have yours black.
Yeah, I'm taking mine black.
It's good.
You're not getting any of that like lovely crema that you would get from, obviously, an espresso coffee or a pod coffee.
Yeah.
But you know, I think there's a nice depth of flavour there. Grind has said that they use the exact same specialty grade Arabica beans in this that they do in their ground coffee and in their pod coffees. The whole concept is about kind of, let's take instant coffee up market. Yeah, I mean, so far I'm pretty impressed, I have to say.
Yeah, but I'm really intrigued to see how well this does. So they're going to be in Waitrose and Sainsbury's, £6.50 a tin, which sounds like daylight robbery, but that is basically the price of the category at the moment.
I think for me, like taste-wise, it's a step above something like a Nescafe.
Yeah.
But as someone that sort of regularly does drink, you know, specialty coffee, I'm still getting a little bit of that kind of harshness.
I might get a lot of hate for this, but it's that, it's like the smell from your teacher's breath.
Flashbacks to parents' evening.
Flashback to parents' evening. I think it's nice. I would consider trading up from my Nescafe Zero for it for sure. I think brand-wise looks awesome. For those who haven't encountered it before, I think seeing that on a supermarket shelf should do quite well. It looks very different. Yeah, Slurp for me.
It's a skip for me, but there are definitely people who will enjoy it, and I think it'll do well, but it's not for me.
So next up, we have Presto Instant Coffee. These guys have been around a little while, but they've just got their first national listing with Waitrose as the first 100% recyclable instant coffee packaging.
So one of the interesting things about this one, compared with the Grind that we just tasted, is that these guys are using Brazilian Robusta as opposed to Arabica. Now, traditionally, the Arabica bean tends to be more the preserve of whole bean and ground coffee. Robusta used as a mainstay in instant coffee. So probably more what an instant consumer is familiar with. It tends to have a darker, slightly more robust taste profile.
Ooh.
Yeah, straight away, like so much more roasty, so much darker.
I'm getting quite a creamy smoothness to it. I mean, I appreciate I've added milk, but versus the Grind, which I also added milk to.
It's almost got like a bonfire smoke to it. Whereas I think the Grind was definitely more kind of like chocolate caramel notes.
Interesting, okay.
Maybe milky.
Yeah, I think packaging wise, both agree, looks great.
Yeah.
Obviously, whenever a brand can go fully sustainable, B Corp certified, plastic free, 100% recyclable, not recycled. And I love that it's a British startup brand, independent. It does say rich, intense roast. I'm intrigued to see if they have others in the range. Yeah. Slightly more mellow. So this is on a scale of 5 and it's 5. But overall, I would say it's a Slurp.
It's another skip for me, I'm afraid.
Oh, you're a tough customer. not anything gets approved.
Well, you started me on the coffee, and I am a coffee snob, so.
Yeah, fair, okay.
I really love the concept, I love the execution, I love the packaging, just not quite there.
Fair enough, that's why we do this. Next up, we have this really small, unknown brand called Pepsi. Just kidding, but they have done a 0 sugar gingerbread flavored variant. It shouldn't fizz up. No, we're good. Say when.
Yeah, that's plenty. Well, it's not very fizzy, is it?
No, you're right, actually.
It's kind of flattened out quite quickly.
Don't get an awful lot of gingerbread on those.
No. For me, that's just kind of like regular.
It's not too sweet. It's not as sweet as it could be. And there is a very gentle hint of gingerbread.
You know, I was expecting maybe more of that sort of like spice and sweetness and, and you know, kind of like festive feel. Obviously the packaging kind of implies you're going to get, and I think actually you put that next to a regular Pepsi, I'm not sure I'd tell the difference. We know that limited edition variants and new flavours are driving a lot of the growth in soft drinks, and particularly in cola right now. With Pepsi has recognised that at the start of the year, they brought out strawberries and cream and a cream soda variant. I just want I want a bit more from that.
Want a bit more ginger in there, yeah.
I want it to like coat the tongue. I want it to like revive me, and I want to feel
100%.
like, you know, maybe this isn't the prevailing trend in soft drinks anymore, but I want it to feel like a real guilty pleasure,
like a treat. Yeah. I think it's a slurp for me because I do like the taste of it. But, God, I feel like I know exactly where this is going.
I'm on the fence. I want to say Slurp, but it's another skip for me.
I always say I don't think I like sweet drinks that much, but I think every sweet drink we've done on Slurp or Skip, I've said yes to. Our last drink of the episode is Huel Light. So this launched just in the last couple of weeks, but unlike the Huel Black version, it has half the calories, so it has under 200 calories, whereas the traditional format one has 400, but is instead of having an entire meal. So
when Huel launched this, there was a clear reference to US-led health trends, I think, in the press release, which obviously they're talking about weight loss drugs there. So I think this is designed for those, you know, those Ozempic, Mounjaro consumers who maybe don't want a full meal and don't even want a full milkshake.
Yeah, I have tried the black version. I did really enjoy it, and I think versus other typical protein drinks where there's nothing else really to it other than just protein, they do win out on flavour and taste for me. So I'm intrigued to try this one.
Did you ever drink fridge milkshakes when you were younger?
What do you mean when I was younger?
It really reminds me of, I think there was like a Homer Simpson fridge milkshake that you used to be able to get. And it's kind of giving me that.
Yeah, that was like the chocolate fudge brownie one or whatever it was.
Yeah. It's not quite as heavy as I thought it was going to be. It's actually it is quite, as the name suggests, quite light.
This one you can tell they've reduced the calories, so they've probably reduced, you know, the residual sugars, that kind of thing, which does give it that slightly more synthetic taste, which you typically get with a lot of protein shakes. It does feel like a level above that, but I also don't know if that's placebo purely from looking at the packaging, and I can just see the sheer list of vitamins and benefits for me in there. And the packaging is cool. I think it's got great standout. It looks completely different to everything else on shelf. Based on the fact that I know other ready-to-drink protein shakes taste worse, this one is lower in calories with the same amount of protein, and it's got all those vitamins and minerals in it. I think it's a slurp for me, and I think objectively for the target audience, it's a big win.
I'm not one of those guys, so for me, it is a skip, but I completely concur with your statement. I think it'll be popular among that type of audience.
That type of audience, yeah, fair enough. So thanks for joining us for Slurp or Skip. Thank you, James, for coming on board. This isn't going to be his only guest appearance, though, because next time we're going to be talking through 4 new booze launches, but I'm going to be replaced by the lovely Jessica. We'll see you next time.